Now, speaking of all these Bitcoins and Litecoins and all this stuff, as I saw Bitcoin go down to like 500 yesterday, it's back up over 700 right now as we're talking, as I'm doing this video. Litecoin I saw was down to like $15, but again, it's not zero, and it's not back to where it was at $2 and $2.50, $2.50. So I know, and especially there's one particular person, I don't know who they are because they're always trying to be like anonymous, sending me little private messages on my website, Realist News, stuff like that. And man, just check this out. I'm not leaving you a real email address. I'm just gonna send this anonymously to you. Check. This is why Quarkcoin is the deal. This is why Quarkcoin is blah blah blah. And I'm thinking, what you keep sending me the same stuff that I already knew. All the pluses that I already read about in my own video, telling people why Quarkcoin might be a good thing to get into. I already knew these things. What I didn't know, and no one seemed to have ever mentioned, that I found out the very next day, is that Quarkcoin, like all other digital currencies, cryptocurrencies do, which is that they create, some millions of numbers such as 100, 200, 300 million of these coins. But they're not going to do it all at once. They're going to say, okay, it's going to take, 20 years for all the coins to come out, mining them, etc. So what made Quarkcoin different than all the other coins, besides the good stuff that everyone talked about Quarkcoin, of why Quarkcoin should be the coin of all coins? And this is why Quarkcoin should not be the coin of all coins. It's the same thing I said the very next day when I found this little tidbit of information out that I did not know, which is that, again, like all other coins, will have their coins created in a span of, many years. Quarkcoin decided, well, we're going to blow our whole amount of coins in 6 months. We're going to produce all the Quarkcoins in 6 months. And after that, what was it, 1 million a month or 1 million a year or something that they're going to create? After, creating like 200-something million coins in 6 months. Bitcoin is doing, I think, 21 or 22 million coins over the span of many years. Litecoin is doing, I think, 100 and something million, I think. 180 million, 160 million, I forget the exact number. Same thing, many years. Quarkcoin is doing like 200 and something million, 267, 200, I don't remember the exact number, million in 6 months. And I said, when I found that out, I had to do a video telling you, I'm erasing the video I just did telling you why Quarkcoin's a good thing. That video's gone. I'm erasing it. This is the new video to replace that. And that video is the one I did, which said, stay away because they've created all these coins in 6 months. No one's even heard of them. No one knows what they are, who they are. And now all of a sudden everyone's finding out, oh, Quarkcoin, who's that? Oh, it's the next best coin. You got to get into it. Here's why it's the best. It's not the next best coin. It is the best coin. And then you find out that all of the hundreds of millions of coins that were created they've already been created, because it's now December, and we're just hearing about this at the end of November, beginning of December. So last month, to mine some coins, there's already 200-something million out there. Go get a few coins while you still can. Okay, well, who's sitting on 200-something million coins? Even at a penny a coin. Even at a penny a coin, someone's making some money. Can you imagine if that price rose to $1 or something like that? You'd be a multi huge millionaire. Because again, if you had 200 and something million coins printed, created, whatever you want to call it, in 6 months, the owner of the damn thing surely is creating his own coins to begin with, while everyone else he's telling everyone else, hey, here's my new coin, check out my new coin. He's already mining the crap out of them, and probably has millions upon millions of them already mined in the first week or two, or a month, or whatever. And now everyone else who decides, maybe I want to do this, maybe I don't, are getting into it. Meanwhile, he's still doing it. So therefore, there are very few people, I said this last time, very few people are owners of massive amounts of Quarkcoin. They are the only ones who stand to make a good profit, healthy, unbelievable profit, if Quarkcoin were to take off. So you had guys like Bill Steele, creators of the Money Masters documentary, the Secret of Oz documentary, saying, hey, the little research here. He's by no means, as he said, I'm not an expert, but it sounds good, it makes sense. I want to present this guy to you, I want to talk to him a little bit. We're going to do a little video here. And then he uploaded it to YouTube to share with everybody. That's the video that people sent me too, and I watched it. 3-part video, okay, sounds good. And then I found out something I didn't know the next day that I had to find on the internet, online, on their own website, which stated they're creating all of their coins in 6 months. And by the way, the end of the 6 months is right now as you're watching this video. Really? So now that Bitcoin has dropped down to $500, $600, $700 in that range, it's bouncing around all over the place. Litecoin, $15, $20, that range, bouncing around. These are the two primary coins, remember that? That Quarkcoin was supposed to be superior and this and that. How are they at the price level they are if Quarkcoin's superior? And how is Quarkcoin at less than a penny, I think, right now, falling worse than where it was at to begin with when everyone started getting the hype of Quarkcoin, falling even below that low all of a sudden right now, if Quarkcoin is supposed to be that deal? How? Because as everybody was getting into Quarkcoin when I told them not to, and I don't mean, and I'm not necessarily talking about people who just watch my videos, I'm talking about the whole world who saw Bill's Still video and whoever else talked about, used the word Quarkcoin. Oh, I better get some of those. I better 10, 15, 20 bucks, 100 bucks, whatever, let me buy some Quarkcoin. For every transaction, again, there is a buyer and a seller for everything. So if all you people, all of those people who decided all of a sudden, not gonna listen to old Jason at 4, again, not that whole world was listening to me anyways, and it doesn't matter, but they decided because everyone's pushing Quarkcoin, I'm gonna get in on it. So what if I lose 50 bucks? So what if I lose 100 bucks? It's worth the gamble. And it is. It really is when you think of it that way. When you see the prices of Bitcoin and Litecoin going to where they went, your mind's telling you this thing's like a penny right now. If this thing goes up to 3, 4, 5 cents, I'll be making some serious return. It's worth it. And the guy pushing Quarkcoin, who has the millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of Quarkcoin sitting there that cost him nothing, aside from a computer and a program to create the damn thing that he probably wrote, because all these programs are like open source. You download them, it's open source, you change a few things. Hey, I've got a new coin. Same kind of thing, really. Same hash rate, you know, AE256, whatever hash rate, or you know, the code. Basically, the hash rate, the encryption level is 256. That's like a super, you know, encrypted code. But that's what they're using. So there's no real gain anywhere there, you know, as far as that's concerned. It's just they tweak it a little bit, call it a new coin. Here it is. Have fun with it and see, you know. It's like they say, throwing a bunch of crap on the wall and seeing which one sticks. Well, there's two that have stuck for sure. Litecoin and Bitcoin. They have definitely stuck. So those are the two prime ones. So now everyone else is just create a coin, throw it at the wall. Does it stick? Are people buying into it? Nope. Let's create another coin. Change a few things, see if that works. Throw it on the wall. Anyone? Any buyers? Any ones? Yeah, we got a little activity. Okay, we'll stick with that one. The person who created the damn thing stands to make the fortune, because they will be mining it before anyone else mines it. When the hash rate is extremely easy to crack, you will be making tons and tons of coins until other people start coming online and start mining, etc. Again, this guy's already had millions by then. So when that little price went from 1 penny, 2 pennies, 3 pennies, who do you think was selling like a madman or madmen Quarkcoin when everyone else was in the hype buying it? The same few that I told you stood to make the fortunes. All it had to do was go up a tiny bit, anything, and they're winners. Most of them are winners even if it doesn't move up that much, because they've already mined them. And as easy as they were to mine in the beginning, they probably had tons and tons and tons and tons of these Quarkcoins, millions of them potentially. So congratulations to anyone who got on Quarkcoin right now, because you just lost, and the small select few that I told you had them just made out like a tiny bit of a band-aid at least. You got to understand, nobody's perfect, myself included. I can't sit here and tell you that everything I told you about, I've always been right, spot on, 100%. No, nobody is. You can't be. But when someone comes to you and presents something to you and it makes absolute perfect sense and they've described it to you, they told you everything about it, not partial things about it, but everything about it, most of the time you're going to find out, huge majority of the time, that everyone you presented that same thing to thinks the same way, has the same conclusion. Sounds good to me, or no, sounds like a scam to me. One or the other. The suckers, those are the ones that say, no, it sounds good, when everyone else says it sounds like a scam. That's usually how that goes. Now, granted, hindsight, flip this around too. People were saying the same thing about Bitcoin and Litecoin in the very beginning. So the select few took a chance and somehow turned out right this time to where they made a bunch of money because they said, ah, we told you so, it was going to explode. Where I have a problem with this whole thing is, why did the price explode out of nowhere? And again, my theory that the federal government's the one buying up all these coins in order to control it. They have no choice. They have to do this. If they do it with all commodities, food commodities, gold and silver commodity, oil commodity, they do it with everything so that they control the price of everything. That way when we're printing money out of control and everyone's looking at the feeler gauges of, why don't I see like inflation? Why food prices have gone up, but not like they probably should have. Gasoline's been up, it hasn't gone to more than that. It's, you know, gold and silver, they're actually coming down. That's the temperature gauge of all temperature gauges to see if a country's printing out of control. What's the price of gold and silver? Oh my God, the price is going down while we've doubled our national debt in the same time period? Yeah, that's right. That's why they control everything. So do you think they're gonna let this new coin of any kind of coin, Bitcoin, Feathercoin, Litecoin, WorldCoin, whatever coin, you think they're gonna let these things come online and show the whole world and people in our own country that, hey, this is where it's at. It's not controlled by the government. This is free market stuff. This is real, true, free citizen to citizen market. Everyone starts to pile along. Hey, I like this. This is cool. Making money. Everyone's making money. If every coin that's sold, there has to be a buyer. And the price of Bitcoin was reaching $1,200, $1,100, $1,000, $900, whatever. Even today, $700, that's a pretty high price, for God's sakes, for a thing that's created out of the ether, the digital world. There has to be a buyer and a seller, always, in order for the price to be set somewhere. So, the fact that it's already hit $1,200, and dropped down to $1,100, $1,000, $900, $800, $700, $600, $500, I saw yesterday, 475, I think, back up to $500, back up to $600, today it's back at $700. You'd have to say there's a ton of people buying Bitcoins the whole way. And to see something move that volatile from 1,000, the other day 850 down to 500, that is a unbelievable drop. Nothing has moved like that. Like I said, in a 24-hour period, I don't think I've ever seen anything drop like that. And yet the price still remains there. That means there has to constantly be buyers. And do you think the average person who's now finding out about Bitcoin is going to really want to drop $5, $6, $7, $8, whatever, $100 on a single digital Bitcoin to get in now, after the bubble has already started and begun being inflated beyond all belief? The answer is probably no. But there's someone doing it because the price is there. So who could be a constant buyer of these things no matter where the price is? Just keep buying, keep buying. The same entity that does it on the commodity market, the gold, silver, all that stuff, stock market, and that is known as the United States government. It may be doing it by proxy through the banks. It could be doing it by proxy through the Federal Reserve, who is in turn doing it through the banks, have their own account, right? We have the thing called the President's Working Group on Financial Matters, also known as the Plunge Protection Team. What is that other thing, the ESFS or whatever? It's kind of that works hand in hand with that. Keep Market Stabilization Fund, whatever that thing's called. That's what they do. So, is it too far of a stretch of my imagination to say that they're more than likely doing the same thing in Bitcoin, since they do it in every freaking thing else? No, it's not. And as a matter of fact, it's extremely probable. Therefore, that's why the price is rising. The thing though that really interests me about all this is that On the commodities market, as we know, they print paper contract, futures contract. No one ever takes delivery. I mean, 1% maybe takes delivery of what the contract is for, whether that's wheat, corn, oil, and then yes, even gold and silver. But more people take, from what I understand anyways, I think more people take delivery of gold and silver than they do like oil. Obviously, we can have a barrel of oil shipped to your house. You can have a bushel of corn shipped to your house. No, you go on there, you buy these paper contracts, that's leveraged 10 to 1. So it's like they've got 10 times the amount of stuff, whatever that contract is. But they can't, the government can't print Bitcoins unless they go out and buy the unbelievable mining equipment known as ASICs and have an unbelievably sized mining operation that would blow your mind. And that is possible. So therefore they can create those things out of control.
Good morning, how are you
Take care.
today?